Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. It's a Wednesday, which means you're right along with me. It's also an AMA Wednesday. We'll get to that in a moment. But I think I can take these off now. It's a little bit glary out, but we'll try and ride without them. So, in case you're noticing what's on my neck, and maybe my audio is a little bit better today, I did just finally get my new microphone. Still working out how it works. Let's see. Feedback is always welcome. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. But today I'm going to be talking about Russia, and I'm going to be talking about finance. I'm not going to be talking about anything political. I'm not going to be talking about, you're talking about several countries, and we talk about what's going on in the financial markets and how this, when in doubt, follow the money. That's always been my saying. So what's going on in the world today can really trace back to finances. And one of the things that I've been looking at, and I'll tell you, I have very strange habits. I watch a lot of different YouTube videos on a lot of different subjects, and people send me things on different areas. I can't watch it all, but I've gotten very good at watching things faster than usual, and that allows me to absorb a lot more information. So I will post this link up here in the corner, right there, yeah. But I doubt most of the audience is going to watch it because it's a 26-minute long soliloquy or another YouTube video about how the Russian bond market works and how Russia is on the verge of defaulting on their loans. Now, for those of you who remember, I've done this series before. I talked about Evergrande. Maybe I'll find an older video and post it up here too. But Evergrande was a big thing a month or two ago when China was having issues with their real estate market. It still is an issue. It was an issue before the Olympics, so we know it goes back to, or before February. So Evergrande, they were starting to default. But what is the issue with Russia now, and how's that going to impact the world economy and then into cryptocurrency? So I take videos that I see about economics and about situations, and then put that together with other things that I know and I've heard, watched, seen, read, whatever, and try to give you a bigger picture of where we're heading. And I'll wrap that up at the end. But first, let me tell you what's going on. We all know that the monetary supply for they have sanctions. They can't get to their money. They cannot get access to their non-ruble assets. So they can't get to their euros. They can't get to their dollars. And most countries have euros and dollars because it's a global marketplace. And they issue bonds onto the global financial world to get more currency, more liquidity to work to pay their debts, and also to recapitalize what they have to do. So right now, based on what's happening in with the SWIFT system and the banking system, Russia can't get access to their euros or their dollars. So they have bonds that are owed to other countries, and part of that description of those assets and those bonds is that they must be paid in the native currency, meaning that if they borrowed or if they sold a bond in euros, they have to start paying that back in euros. Same thing for dollars. And there's about 15 bonds that are coming due soon that Russia's on the brink of defaulting on. Now, Russia did default back in the late 90s, back when there was a Chechnya war or issue, conflict, whatever you want to call it. So they defaulted before, but they've been under sanctions before, but this time is a little bit different. So what's happening now is that the leader of Russia, I'll say his name, Putin. Let's see if this gets flagged or not. I hope it doesn't, but we'll see. I don't want to test the market too much, but I think it's pretty obvious that what's going on, and we're talking only about financial information, and this is not financial advice. This is just educational purposes, just a guy driving along on the road, trying not to hit anybody, and talk to you guys about what's going on. So Russia, they have declared, Putin has declared that they are going to be settling up their international debts, but only in the form of rubles, because that's what they can get access to. The other Asian country that has, where Evergrande is based, I won't mention who that is, just to try to minimize the possibility of getting flagged here, but they are negotiating with Saudi Arabia about them purchasing oil from the Saudis in the native currency of yuan. So I'm piecing all this together. So what is really going on? What's going on is that it's not just the United States, but every country doesn't want their native currency. They don't want their fiat anymore. They're trying to get rid of it. They want assets that hold value. They want gold, they want silver, other precious metals, and they want cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin, looking good. Gold, silver, looking good. Silver looking better than gold. And we've talked about silver before. But so Russia is basically saying that we don't want our rubles anymore. We're trying to spend them on these debts that we don't care about. And in fact, they are working out new systems so that they are just the talk now is that they're pulling back and out of the SWIFT system or the current financial system, basically the Western world's financial system, and they're trying to go another direction. That isn't sitting well with people. So what's happening there is that as long as they're trying to pay things in rubles, they may very well default on these bonds. And the people that hold the bonds are not going to know what to do. They may try and go to wherever the assets are being held and say, hey, can you release those assets so we can get paid? I don't think that's going to work. But inflation is running out of control. We already know that. We know inflation is a big topic. All these countries are experiencing it. The U.S. can't export it anymore because they can't force people to use the dollar, which really pushed the system forward with the petrodollar. If other countries start settling international debts outside of the dollar, and they come up with systems outside of the dollar or even fiat currency, things look good for precious metals and also for cryptocurrency, because I also heard that the Ukraine is working on their own cryptocurrency, and it doesn't surprise me at all. Like, we already know that there's a central bank digital currency. It's still fiat that the yuan is using in that country. I'm not naming, but you get an idea what I'm saying. So, reviewing my notes real quick, but we talked about Evergrande. Nobody wants the fiat anymore, so that all leads back to crypto. Everybody doesn't want nobody wants to get paid in the native currency, which is hysterical because they created it in the first place. But people are getting wise the fact that it's inflationary, not deflationary, and things are just going to go up in those prices. To wrap things up, I know that there's big news on Veritasium. I'll be talking about that soon. And also I have an AMA tonight with CryptoConfidential. So lots more can be discussed on that platform as well as on my Patreon, which is available for $5 a month. And I'll be doing an AMA there on the 30th or 31st. It's the Wednesday of the last Wednesday of the month. So what are your thoughts on what I said about what Russia's doing and what they're doing with the economy and how no one wants fiat right now? I think it's pretty much a very strong positive for cryptocurrency going forward. What do you think? Leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. Check out CryptoConfidential. Check out the other videos I post up here. Hope to see you on CryptoConfidential on the AMA tonight. But with all that said, I'm going to close the door on the bureau, say follow leader one last time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.